Hello there, Rochelle with Dreaming English, and today is Halloween, and we're going to talk about what we normally do when it's not coronavirus and it's not 2020, and what we're going to do this year during trick-or-treat for coronavirus, how we're going to be safe, but how in our town we're still going to go trick-or-treating, but safely. Are you ready? Let's go. So this Halloween was a little bit different. We just had Halloween a couple days ago. And it was different because we were having Halloween within the coronavirus pandemic. So we had to wear our masks. Now, Halloween is one of my favorite times of year. One of my favorite holidays. We don't get it off from work, but we call it a holiday. I loved as a kid to put a costume on and go door to door with, well, usually I had a bag, a plastic bag, but this is what my daughter would bring, a pumpkin, and go door to door and knock on the doors and ask trick or treat, and then hopefully somebody would give us, so knock on the door and say trick or treat, and hopefully somebody would give us something like Snickers. I actually really loved Reese's peanut butter cups, but Snickers were my second favorite. And I put them in my bucket. Sometimes if I was lucky, they gave me two. And we'd go out at night on October 31st from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. for 2 hours, and we would walk and go door to door. Now, as a kid, my daughter, at first, she wanted to be a princess, and she had her crown, as you can see in the picture. She had the crown on. Then, when she got a little older, her name was Katerina, but she wanted to be a cat because she loved cats. And she would be a cat. So we have her in one of these pictures. She is like a colorful cat with her cat ears. And then she was a tiger cat. And she had a number of different cat costumes through the years. Well, like I said, this year was different. We had to wear our masks. And the city asked people to have trick-or-treat in a safe way where we'd be socially distanced and further away from each other. Only one family could walk over to each house and knock on the door. And the families were supposed to put the treats on tables. Well, hopefully a table bigger than this. So they would put the treats on the tables. Obviously, like I said, a bigger table than that one, because that's way too small. And that way the families could walk one by one and go and pick up the treats off of the table. And this particular treat bag is made to look like a tombstone. Like in the first picture, there are some tombstones. People in our neighborhood, they love to decorate their yards and put tombstones and skeletons and make it all scary like. So when people go trick-or-treating, it's all decorated. So the things that they said was, one, you had the face covering that was to cover your nose and your mouth. And it couldn't just be a mask. It had to be a face covering to protect people, to protect other people for the coronavirus. We had to keep our social distance. And like I said, we had to have people put the stuff onto the tables so one family could go and grab their treats. They said don't put it in a bowl, but instead put it on a table. And basically the point of it is wear your masks so that way you don't end up like those skeletons. This is another house in the neighborhood, and they decorated the neighborhood. You can see there's a skeleton here and a tombstone. I think this is a witch here. We had some snow and it covered most of it. So I ended up wiping the snow off of the skeleton's face before I took this picture. Now, my daughter wanted to be among us with her best friend Miles. Kat is in the red and Miles is in the green. He's been in some of our videos. And Among Us is a video game. And it's a video game that is about aliens or astronauts or something. I'm not exactly sure, but basically they have all red. She's all in red and Miles is all in green. Underneath the helmets, they would have like cat ears. So actually she put those cat ears on top of the helmet. We couldn't find this costume anywhere, so we found some old motorcycle helmets, like broom broom, a motorcycle, and she put duct tape all on top of it. And then there's a backpack that they have on, and because we couldn't find a green backpack or a red one, she used duct tape, and she made the backpacks green and red. Green for Miles and red for her. And then a green sweatshirt and a red sweatshirt and green pants and red pants. So you can see in this picture the backpacks that I was talking about. She used the green duct tape to make Miles's backpack all green, and the same green duct tape to make the helmet green, and then red duct tape to make her backpack green and her helmet green. Here's another picture when she was a cat. This time she had a cat sweatshirt on and she had different cat ears on. And this picture, just to kind of show you the crazy things people do, this is a camper that somebody has, and there's a bicycle on the back, and they put a skeleton on the back of that. So just thought that was kind of a funny thing that people do around here. So this year, like I said, instead of going door to door and knocking and saying trick or treat, you're supposed to go and get the candy from the tables. Another thing that we do sometimes is we'll get a pumpkin and we'll carve it. This is a carving. The one here is a carving having the pumpkin have like, it looks like a cat with wings. And the other one's just some spooky face. And then putting like a candle or like a little flashlight kind of thing that would stay and lit up inside. So we sometimes do that. Here's another one in the neighborhood where they put some skeletons and some tombstones to make it all scary. So just to give you an idea of what people in our neighborhood like to do for Halloween. What do you do for Halloween? Do you have any special traditions? Do you go trick-or-treating like we do? And what are you doing this year? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.